a wandering soul, and we got a whole lot more to live for in this town. Let's put the old van into drive and go. I'm making home on the road.
I read that you had moved to Austin. How has that worked out for you? You enjoying it there?
I love it. Yeah. I'm on the road a lot, so I never really have time to miss any place, because I also love Santa Cruz. I grew up in Santa Cruz, California.
Right.
And so I spend a lot of time in both places.
And so why did you choose Austin? Because it's kind of a music-y place, or?
Yeah, definitely for the music scene. That was a huge part of it. A lot of my favorite indie artists were from there, and I always just heard that it was a cool city. And then conveniently, my entire family moved out there.
Oh, nice.
And it was like, yeah, it really, really. I was actually the last one to move out there, but I was the first one to want to move there. So that was funny.
Gotcha. All righty. Well,
Yeah.
it all works out in the end, I guess. That's cool. Yeah, I've been to Austin a few times, and it's a fantastic. If I had to move back to the States, that's probably where I'd go.
Yeah, no, it's definitely my favorite city in this country. I've been to a lot. Yeah. So you're in New Zealand.
I am indeed.
Right?
Yeah, I moved
Cool.
here in 1994, so I've been here a while, from upstate
Good for
New York,
you.
from Rochester.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah, I hear great things about New Zealand.
it's pretty good. We're in lockdown mode at the moment, but we're weaseling
Yeah.
our way out of it slowly. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So what's it like? How are you? The album is coming out on Friday. So how are you feeling about releasing the album under whatever circumstances there are? I don't even know how to explain it.
I'm so excited. There's been like so much back end work that has gone into this release just over the past 6 months now. Right. So I feel like it is a weird feeling, actually. It all kind of like just coming to the climax of the experience, and not that the work will stop after Friday. Obviously, that's kind of when the real work starts. Yeah. But I'm so excited for people to hear it, because I'm really proud of what we did. And I've been doing music for a long time, and I've put out a number of singles and EPs, since I was 15. So the people that have been following me since then, I think I'm excited for them to hear it, because this is
So what do you got planned for Friday? Anything exciting? Are you gonna?
I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna like soak it all in. I'm gonna get everything prepared on Thursday night, so I can just like, enjoy the experience on Friday and not have to constantly, update things and like be on social media all day.
Right.
And then I have a big album release party in November in Santa Cruz. Cool. So I'll start to prepare for that in the coming weeks.
So it's going to be, I assume you're going to be performing at that party.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Full band.
Are you playing with a band and the whole bit?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Full band guys I've been playing with for years now. We're kind of all spread out over the country, but we're coming together, and I'm really excited about that.
Cool. So let's talk a bit about the record itself. It's called Mad Twenties. Mm-hmm. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're in your late 20s, somewhere in there, right? So
27.
27. Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
What a beautiful age to be.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good year for sure. Yeah.
So why have you decided to kind of cast a focus on your age for this record?
I had the idea to do this record at like 21. I always thought it would be a cool concept to kind of just, at that time, I obviously wouldn't have put it out then, but I was like, someday in the future, I'm going to have an album and it's going to be called Mad Twenties. And by then I'll have a number of songs to choose from to kind of like tell the story.
Right.
And it really just built itself. And I always had a feeling that it would just organically happen like that. And that the opportunity would present itself at the right time. And it definitely did. It was just like serendipitous. So I've had this idea for a long time.
Yeah.
Do
you have a favorite part of being 20 that you can share with us, or in your 20s?
Ooh, yeah, it's hard. I feel like now, this year more than ever, I have like kind of made it to the point where I feel like I kind of know what to do in life now.
Yeah.
But it was a really confusing 7 years, just like a lot of mistakes and trial and error. I guess my favorite part would be that I always knew that there was time to make the mistakes. You know, I wasn't in a rush to get anywhere to figure anything out. So, just really knowing and understanding your age and how young that actually is. And I look back at myself when I was 21, I was like, I was still a child. Like, no wonder you did so many things wrong. Yeah. So I have a lot of compassion for my younger self in my 20s. But
excellent.
Yeah.
So the tracks themselves, where and when were they recorded for this?
They were all recorded in Nashville,
right?
At Omni Sound Studios, and 3 of them were recorded in January. That was kind of like the trial run, just to see how the team worked together, how me and the producer Will worked together. And it was like pretty magical. I knew at that point, I was like, I want to do the whole record here. Right. And then I went back in March and we did the rest of the songs in one day, just like one big long day. These musicians were fantastic. So, 2 takes when we had the song. So we just powered through, and that was a cool experience. I've never recorded like that. It's always taken like months and months and months to do one song. So this was cool.
Okay, excellent. So how did you and Will work together? What did you talk about? How did you come to kind of a conclusion about what you wanted the thing to sound like?
Yeah, the first phone call we had, it was just like instant musical chemistry. We just had the same exact ideas. We also liked the same kinds of music. I was going for kind of like a old school 70s blues, like raw, live in the studio sound. My influences were Bonnie Raitt and like some Grace Potter, like early Grace Potter. and one of the tracks, actually, we both wanted to go for like a Zeppelin-ish vibe.
Right.
And just like do a rock song that went super crazy at the end. And that was really fun. So
which
it's a dynamic record.
Which
that one's Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm. No forgiveness.
It's got a kind of killer guitar solo at the end, and your vocal kind of really lets it rip.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he encouraged me to do that. That was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm so glad I did. I listened to it. I'm like, that's that.
And was it difficult for you to get out of your comfort zone, or were you kind of, what did you feel like after you'd done it?
I felt good. Yeah, I felt like there's so much behind that song. That's actually the oldest song on the album. I wrote that when I was 19 or like just turned 20. And there was still just like a lot of angst. I realized, I kind of set it aside for a while. Don't really play it at shows too often. But when I was sending them all my songs, I sent them like 30 demos and they picked that one out. I was like, oh, okay. I guess, we can try this one. And it's one of my favorites, but singing it in the studio, I realized like how much more I still had to let go of. Like it felt like a really nice release too. And now it's one of my favorite ones to perform. Like I let go of something each time I do that. So that's a powerful one.
Yeah, I bet it is. So you mentioned that kind of Bonnie Raitt's an influence. How did you get? That was a long time ago when Bonnie Raitt was at her. Well, she's still doing it though. God bless her. But
she's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing her way back in the early '70s. So she's been doing it for a while. How did you get exposed to her?
My mom loved Bonnie Raitt. Yeah, I remember singing a couple of her songs at like my vocal recitals when I was young. I think I did Something to Talk About.
Right.
When I was like 8. So she's just always been like a staple in our household. And then when I picked up the guitar, and then even after that, when I went to music school, like started to learn a lot about blues and wanted to like work on the blues guitar skills. And she was just my go-to. I would watch her videos and like try and learn her licks and cover her blues songs. And And then I got to see her in 2015, and she sounded better than ever. Like her vocals like sounded the best I've ever heard. And it was, I think I cried through the entire concert. Like, I was like so stoked. She was absolutely incredible. She's just so cool and funny and just like shreds on the guitar still. I'm like, you're my hero.
There you go. It's a good hero to have, definitely.
Yeah, totally.
I understand you're also a big fan of Tame Impala. Is that right?
Yes, I love Tame Impala.
He's from this side of the world, so you know.
He is, yes, Australian guy. Yeah, Kevin Parker.
Yeah.
He's just one of my favorite writers. Like, obviously his production is so elaborate and nothing like my own music.
Right.
But looking at his lyrics, like he's just has it all. I mean, he can play every instrument. He spends years making these records, and just like, you know, he wrote this one thing. He's like, this song, like this drum tone took me 7 months to get right. You know, like he's that guy that will just take that much time to get it perfect. But yeah, I think my favorite part about his music is his lyrics, because when you listen, you know, that's not the first thing that you hear, because there's so much going on in the production and the songs. But just sitting down and like Googling the lyrics to each song, you're like, oh my God, dude, these are so well done, so profound. And you can tell they're deeply personal, but so relatable as well. Yeah, I love him. I've seen him in concert. He plays with a full band, obviously. Yeah. And yeah, one of the best shows I've ever seen. Just everything about it was perfect. Like he's just, his attention to detail is remarkable.
So I assume you take quite a bit of pay attention to your own lyrics as well. So do you spend a lot of time on them?
I do. I try not to force them. It's more of a feeling when I know that I got it right, because when I finish a song, I can tell if I don't want to play it live, then the lyrics aren't right yet. Right. And so sometimes it takes me years to get them, but you know, I'll sit down, I'll try and work on them, but if nothing's coming naturally, then I put it away. There's never any rush, you know, to finish a song. Because as soon as I start forcing it, it just doesn't feel genuine, and I never play it because I don't like it. So I pay attention to the lyrics, but I don't overwrite them. I like to keep mostly like the first thing that comes out.
Right.
Like writing from kind of a place like in your subconscious, like the first thing that your brain thinks of just whenever you're, you know, singing or just playing over the guitar part you have. Like, I love keeping the first idea, even with melody too. The first thing I sing, I'm like, I want to try and keep that, because that's normally the best part. You know, it evolves over time, obviously playing live, but yeah, I like that aspect of writing.
Cool. Now, I see you did a video for the opening, Fixer Upper, which was, I believe, shot in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Let's fall down this canyon. You can be my soft landing. I've never had it so easy. Let me be a broken lover. I know you like a fixer-upper. Oh, I promise I won't.
Yep, both of the videos were shot in Tennessee.
And do you like doing do you have much to do with the visualization of your songs, or do you leave that up to other folks?
Yeah, for that one, no, that was my first video, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. So Will, also, who produced the record, he produced the music video too with his wife, Michelle. And that's actually primarily what they do. They produce videos. And so again, you know, we had the meeting on the phone about it and clicked on everything. I mean, it was pretty straightforward. We're like, we got to get an old house. Right. You know, that has to be the storyline. And he was like, oh, do you want it to be like a love story? Do you want like a counterpart? And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I can, like, a fake relationship on music videos is not my style. So it kind of turned into like more melancholy than the song actually is, because I'm alone in the video in this like super rundown, like old house. I thought it came out cool. It's a nice contrast.
Yep. Now I noticed there's a lot of piano and organ that's based around that. So who's doing all that playing, and did you write that with those instruments in mind?
Yeah, so piano has always been a huge part of the sound since I started playing with a band, at age 19. Always had a keyboard player and an organ, preferably someone who could do both.
Yep.
And the keyboard player I've been working with for like this whole decade. He's incredible at both. He's not on the record. We had Chris Knoll from Nashville, a studio musician,
right,
play, and there's nothing he can't do with the keys. So yeah, he definitely got it. Yeah, even if I have the choice live and I can only have one other musician play with me, it will be the keyboard for sure. Because that adds so much to the sound, because the blues side, you get the organ or the Rhodes.
Yep.
But then like the jazzier side of me too, the Norah Jones piano sound is important for sure.
Gotcha. Well, there's a track called Just Be, which has some bluesy piano, and also I think there's a bass solo in there as well. So tell me about that one.
Sometimes we get so caught up in what it takes to be free, mining for the few things that we can buy with money. And I'm picking up your message or what you're laying down for me. The key to being happy is to just be.
Yeah, that one, no part of me wanted to do like a pop album. I was like, I don't care how long the song is. Like we can jam for as long as we need to.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was cool. We just, bass solo, piano solo, guitar solo, just all in one, just like a nice jam section. I think that's my favorite piano solo on the whole record for sure. Every time I hear it, it just like gives me chills. And that was all live too. I wanted to be intentional about that recording. Like there were no overdubs. We just like did it all live and like took one take as it was. And so I love hearing even the intro of it, you hear Wayne like counting in and like they're kind of just noodling for a sec. Yeah, that was important to me because that one's, it's just like a dirty bar blues. It's a jam. So I wanted to keep that element.
And did you rehearse it much before that, or did you talk about who's going to do what, or was there how much discussion?
I'm trying to think. I think I played it through one time in the control room.
Yeah.
And I was like, blues, let's just go for just a classic, raw, again, Bonnie Raitt style.
Gotcha.
Blues. And yeah, I think there was some discussion on like who was going to solo when, probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I knew I wanted the guitar solo over the chorus progression, but yeah, it made sense just dynamically to start with the bass, go piano, and then the guitar at the end. So yeah.
And there's another song called 525, which I believe refers to the time of day.
I'm stubborn sitting by a wall, my legs wanna run, but it's 5:25 now and my train hasn't come.
Yeah, so it's the time of day, and also like age 5 and age 25. I wrote it when I was 25.
Right.
And at that time I was just kind of like learning how important it is to access your inner child and have compassion for your inner child and just not lose that sort of like playfulness in life.
Yep.
And it was the first time I kind of wrapped my head around that concept. So that's what that entire song is about. Yeah. And 525 refers to the time of day. Just in the song, it was like, she's waiting for the train, which is a metaphor for like your career taking off,
Right.
So, at that point it was like, I've been doing music for so long, I can't really go back now. So it's like this or nothing. And I don't see the train coming anytime soon. So that,
Yeah. So you're almost through with your 20s. Are you looking forward to your 30s?
I'm so excited. I've always been excited to turn 30.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone, that's an age where people were like, no, don't make me go.
I found the big
but
one was 35. That was
really
like a
okay.
big deal.
35.
And my
Yeah,
youngest
not
daughter
for-
just turned 35 yesterday. So that was a big deal.
Okay. Oh, nice. How does she feel about that?
She was very excited. She ate a lot of donuts.
Yeah, that's
Treat
that's
yourself,
standard.
you know?
You got to do that. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited. I think, I got a couple more years to go, and I think in that time, I'll really be able to set myself up for a successful decade.
Right.
In the
And
30s.
what makes a success? What do you define success as?
I think just being really comfortable where I'm at in my career and my music, like the band that hopefully will be totally established by then. I see myself like touring a lot during that time. I don't think I'm one of those people that's like, I'm going to tour until the day I die,
Right.
So I want to get at least like 10 good years in
Right.
of being on the road. I love traveling. I love being in the car. So yeah, being able to have that like full experience of that, and then 40 possibly do a career change. I always thought maybe it would be cool to go back to school and do like music therapy. I have a lot of other interests, but I've come so far with the music. I'm like, I can't stop now. Like we can't switch gears, so
Something to be said
we'll
for
see.
momentum.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's very cool. Excellent. Well, thank you for taking time talking to me about it.
Of course.
Hope you have fun on Friday when the record comes out. And
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate
come down to this part of the world if you get a chance.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I will let you know.
All righty. Thank you. Have a great day.
Cool. Thanks, Marty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.